Boom. Hey, everybody, welcome to the channel. We are the Obsolete Punx. Just for quick intros, my name is Timmy. Just in alphabetical order to give us a quick intro here. We've got Mr. Homebrew Hood in the house.
There we go.
We've got Mr. Lost Motel.
Hi, y'all.
And we have Mr. Payton Pothead.
Yeah,
you.
Oh, okay.
One over there with all the smoke behind your head. Yeah. So just kind of quick rundown of what we're going to be doing here. Basically, we're going to be running through full album reactions of punk music, punk albums. We'll be hitting all kinds of genres, anything that falls in the punk category. So tonight, to start things off, we are kicking it off with Less Than Jake. B is for B-sides. The way that we chose these albums, each of us chose 3 albums, kind of randomized who's doing what, put them in there. So out of the 12 albums that we have, this pick comes from Mr. Payton Pothead. So without
the one and
further
only.
ado, the one and only Payton Pothead. So I will kind of let Payton jump in here. Just kind of, if he wants to give us a rundown on the album, let us know.
Yeah, I mean, the title is pretty self-explanatory. B is for B-sides, so it's like shit that didn't fucking make the cut. But in my opinion, a lot of it should have. I love this fucking album. I know for a good period of time there, it was one of the ones I had on repeat. But yeah. I mean, it's just a great song. I mean, there's great album. There's a lot of great songs on this album. You can't go wrong with Less Than Jake. Even if it's a bad album, it's still pretty good. So, for the most part.
Sweet. Mr. Hood, any thoughts on the album?
Definitely not one I'm familiar with, but I have listened to a few tracks off of it, and from what I've heard, I'm looking forward to hearing it more and again. Yeah, no, there's not really much to say because I'm not too familiar, but Buck, let's get at her.
And Losty, anything you want to throw in?
Am I the only one who does not remember this album cover being this album cover?
I
never
remember
seen
being
it.
different. I know exactly what you're talking about. It has
All right,
like
cool,
a picture
cool.
of a bee on it, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm with Hood. Like I think I know these songs generally. I've heard them before. But this was probably like around the albums that I stopped listening to Less Than Jake as much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to hear these again. It's probably been quite a while. Yeah, and like Payton said, I mean, Less Than Jake's great. You can't really go wrong with any Less Than Jake.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you guys. It's been a long time since I heard this album, so I had to kind of go back and refamiliarize myself with this. I will be the first to get myself in trouble on this channel, and I will be straight up honest up front. I am not the biggest Less Than Jake fan. I love seeing them live. They're fucking fantastic live. I do struggle to actually sit down and listen through a whole album of Less Than Jake, though. I love their songs. I love to try to get through them. But as far as sitting down for a full album, I have a hard time. So give me shit.
We will.
Go for it.
Yeah,
I'm
people
sure it's
will.
going to come up.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's fair though. It's fair.
So we are about to hop into track number 1, but before we do, just give you a heads up of what we're going to be doing is scoring every song on this album, basically on a scale from 1 to 100. Once we have everybody's scores in, we will take that average score between all of us and give you all an obsolete score, and that's the only score that matters.
Right.
So Payton, if you are ready.
I am ready.
Anybody else have anything they want to add before we get this song started?
I think so. Let's dive in.
Portrait
All
of a
right, so
cigarette
this is
smoker
track
at
number
19.
1. Portrait of a Cigarette Smoker at 19. Let's go.
I used to be a stereotype. I'm alive with half open eyes, with a one-track mind and a flawed design. Feeling like I was lost at sea, light over the edge of 19, floating around in alcohol and apathy, taking a
So there we go. Portrait
Right.
of a Cigarette Smoker at 19. And I remember that life very well.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's kind of roundtable this. I got every name in a randomizer. So we will kind of just take turns on who's going to give their thoughts on it first, if you guys are good with going with that.
Sounds good to me.
Since this was not Hood's, this was Peyton's album pick for the very first song, you get the honor
Oh,
to
awesome.
basically give us your thoughts on the song and give us your score.
Yeah, so definitely a good song for like to open the album with, in my opinion. Like the energy it brings to start off and everything. Again, I do love Less Than Jake. I kind of wish it would have been Roger singing on this one, but hey, at least we get a little bit of him like harmonizing in there, so that's cool. It gives
They
it
have
like
two different singers?
Yeah. That was mostly Chris singing on this one.
Okay, all right.
Chris DeMakes. He DeMakes a podcast. Anyway, yeah, and then Roger, he's the one who's also in Rehasher, and I want to say
Okay.
but anyway, yeah, he's also the singer of Rehasher. But if I had to give this a score, it's probably more of like a mid 60s to me, like a 64 or something like that.
That's fair.
All right, perfect.
Yep,
We got a
like it.
64 on the board. All right, Losty, what you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's a good song to kick the album off with for sure. Less Than Jake's horn lines are just get me every time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some great ones in that song. Again, like Peyton said, I mean, Roger, I no offense to Chris, I do prefer Roger as well, but Chris has got a great voice. Um, but Roger's bass playing, I mean, on I could say that
Yeah.
literally about every single Less Than Jake song. It's like his bass playing is so fucking good. But yeah, I mean, the song overall to me, it's pretty standard Less Than Jake. Fair. It's not like anything I haven't heard from them before. Um, yeah, good one to kick it off with. I'm gonna go with a 52 on this one.
Perfect. All right, so we got a 64 from Peyton, 52 from Lost Motel. Looks like I'm next up on the list here. So I'm kind of in that same boat. Like I said, my thing with Less Than Jake, they write songs very much on a very Less Than Jake formula. And I think this is kind of the perfect example of just straight down the road, middle of the road, Less Than Jake sound. And my thing with when that happens, that's actually when I think they're at their best to an extent where it's just constant. So anytime they're like right in that middle road of the formula, they're always going to be somewhere in the low 60s, maybe up to high 60s for me. So with that said, I actually rank this one at 64 as well. Mr. Hood, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole ton I can really follow up with that because I think I fall in line basically with what all you guys said. Sonically, it's middle of the road. I've heard a lot better Less Than Jake songs before. I'm still blown away that they have two singers. That shows you how much I fucking actually know about them. But no, it's lyrics pretty straightforward, describing what it's like to be kind of that age again and not looking back, yada yada. In terms of rating, I'm probably we'll go for a 58 on this one. Not overly impressed, but again, I know they can do a hell of a lot better, and I know I've heard much better songs.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad song. Again,
Yep.
like I'm saying, this is just right down the middle, Less Than Jake.
Yep,
There's nothing
exactly.
special going on. There's nothing bad going on.
Yeah.
We'll kind of get into some of these tracks come up for sure on my end. So
For sure.
Yeah.
So we have our final scores in. Anybody have a guess at what the final obsolete score ends up being? The only score
Don't ask
that
me to do
matters.
math. Not
What
right
was
off the
Hood's
bat.
score again?
So the
My-
final obsolete score comes out to a straight up 60. And I
Woo!
think it's pretty respectable. Like I
Yeah.
was saying, that is where, to me, exactly where Less Than Jake falls when they stick with their formula.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this song
Yeah.
is a sweet spot song for them for sure.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
100% agree. And like you were saying about the horns, I gotta say one thing I really like about Les and Jake with the horns is they're actually great lines, but they're really subtle with it too.
They are.
Like
can't
there's a
don't take
lot of
over.
ska bands, right? A lot of ska bands just go out there and go just fucking nuts with the horns, where you're
Yeah.
just like, it's a
Enough.
fucking circus. What is this? Les and Jake does it right all the time.
They
So
do. You're
kudos
absolutely
to
right.
them for that.
No, they're great about doing those long, like drawn out horn parts where it's just
Mhm.
one note, just kind of sustaining underneath what the guitars and the bass are doing. That's perfect.
Yeah, more like an accent than anything. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. So anybody have any last thoughts before we close this video out?
I think so.
Nope.
Good to go. Awesome. Well, if you are here on Twitch with us, we do apologize for being so awkward for our very first video. If you're joining us on YouTube for the very first time, please be sure to check out our Twitch channel. We will be streaming. We'll have our schedule on Twitch. So if you want to join us live as we do the reactions, give a shit, through the comment section, do that. If you're just on Twitch right now, definitely join the YouTube channel. Same thing. Give a shit in the comments there.
We'll keep you going in a circle, you fuckers.
Exactly. And
Whatever
while
you
you're
do,
both
leave
at
it
it,
Shitty loop.
and then while you're both at it, definitely be sure to join our Discord channel. Right now, we don't have a whole lot of different channels in there, but it will definitely grow as more people come in. We get more ideas. So the more people we get, the more fun it gets. So
Yeah.
There's a link to that Discord in our Twitch description.
exactly. Links will be everywhere. So definitely, hopefully you can come along for the ride.
Hell yeah.
And until then, until the next song, fuck off, punks.
Yep.